Hi everyone, just running a little slow. Some things took longer than I expected to, and yeah, it slowed me down, so it seems to always be the case. Just as a heads up for people, I had to change chat settings because we were getting spammers in the last live feed, and so I had to harden those up a bit to help cut down with that. So apologies for any extra inconvenience, but we're gonna get going here. Just double checking some things. There we are. Okay. Ta-da, I'm here. So yes, I apologize. I had to change chat settings because we were getting spammers and stuff, and they are annoying to deal with. So yeah. Let's do this real quick. Here is where I will be next, this coming Friday and Saturday. Oh boy. Why am I getting this twice on the screen? I don't want that. Sorry. Sorry about that. Trying new things. And don't forget, you can join the Discord here. Okay, looks like that worked. All right. Sorry, like I said, trying some new things here. So yes, how do I get that to clear off in this? Ah, boy. Okay, don't want that. Sorry, this app like updated or something, and so now it's everything is not how I want it. Okay, that's not right. So how do I clear that off? Ah, boy. It's not there. I don't have two widgets, do I? This is annoying. Sorry. Let's try this. Okay. But I don't want that to be there. No, I don't want that. What's that do? No, I don't want a stupid filter. No, I don't want that. I don't know. There's some setting I have to turn off somewhere, but I may have to actually not be streaming to do it, so I guess we're just kind of stuck with the... So anyway, my next show is Scrapfest. So you can see me this Friday at Scrapfest in Lansing's Old Town. It is Friday 5 to 9, Saturday 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The thing about Scrapfest is that the main attraction is the metal sculptures that are made with recycled metal. That's not what I'm doing. I'm one of what they call the eco vendors, and I sell what I call Scraptoons. I'll show you an example in a minute, where I take old encyclopedia pages and draw on them essentially. If you go back on my Twitch archive, this will soon be in the YouTube archive of a live stream I did Friday. Yeah, Friday at the studio where I was actually working on some Scraptoons, and I'll get that chopped up soon. But I'll throw some examples on the screen here. Try not to shake everything too much. That's not what I want to do. Let's see. Media. Okay, so here's one I did. Zoom in a bit more here. So that's an old encyclopedia page from the 1960s. And what I do is I put a clear gesso on it, and the gesso is, it's like a primer. It creates a surface for my paint to adhere to. And so I just use Posca pens and kind of, make little funny drawings on top of them. Yeah, so that's one of them. Still getting the hang of these controls here. Let's do another one. Media. Put on video. I thought I took more pictures, but apparently... So, for most cases, I'll just look for an interesting image I'll see in the encyclopedia page, but in some cases like this one, if I see like an entry for a word that obviously I could draw something about. So in this case, a cayenne pepper, it was easy to whip that up. So that's an example of that. And I think I have at least one more. There it is. Zoom in on that one a bit. So again, and this, because of the angle and the lighting on it, you can kind of see the tooth of the gesso there, kind of at the top where the arch is. You can kind of see that kind of streaky texture. That's the gesso. And because it's clear, it allows me to, just draw right on top of the photo with my Posca pens. Sorry, oh no, don't do that. Okay. So that's an example of some of my Scraptoons. I don't know how the heck they get that Prism Live stuff off the side. I wonder if that's like I have to pay to be able to do that. Wouldn't surprise me, they just updated their stuff, so we'll see. I did not have time to get to that tonight, but anywho, so yeah, Scrapfest this Saturday and Friday. So this Friday, 5 to 9 p.m. This Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Steph will also be there. She'll be next to me. And yeah, so that's what we're doing this week. And then my notes here. And then my next event following that will be Art Feast. And that is August 16th. That's back in Old Town. So Scrapfest is in Old Town Lansing. Art Feast is also in Old Town Lansing. And the last show I did last weekend was Lansing Pride, also in Old Town Lansing. So 3 shows in a row. They're going to get sick of me. Hopefully not. And then my other show in August is the Brighton Street Art Fair, August 22nd through the 24th. So that's in downtown Brighton, right on the main street there. So yeah. And then I got into Funky Ferndale in September, which is in Ferndale, Michigan. It's like mid-late September, and that will very likely be my last show, at least outdoor show of the year. I'll do a quick recap of Pride, Lansing Pride from last week. That was my first time selling at Lansing Pride. It was quite the misadventure for me. I got some sort of heat poisoning, sickness, whatever, what have you, and ended up getting sick. So yeah, not great. But I think mainly it was I ate something that didn't agree with me, and the heat like kind of made it worse. So, but so this is a picture of the booth Steph and I shared last Saturday at Lansing Pride. On the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see all Steph's stuff going to the back, and on the right-hand side of the screen is all my stuff going toward the back. Didn't go as well as we'd hoped, despite it being a much bigger show this year and Steph doing really well last year. We kind of both didn't reach our perhaps too lofty expectations, because the thing is, what you have to remember, what I had to remember too is Pride is not an art fair first. It is a big party celebration thing, and having vendors is secondary. But I did get to see this cat. I'll show that real quick. So this person stopped by the booth with a little adventure kitty on a leash, and so I got to meet this cute little orange kitty. Yeah, so Pride wasn't great. Didn't lose money, but didn't really make much either. Hi, Goose and Jonesy. Yeah. Oops. Oh boy, I'm all thumbs today. Come on, there we go. So that's kind of 2 shows in a row for me where I didn't really do as well as I hoped. That would be Kalamazoo, and then followed by Pride. So hopefully Scrapfest will go okay. Again, Scrapfest is its own thing. And as a result of that, this could be my last I'm gonna get wild here. Hang on for a second. Let's see if this works. Since I'm just talking right now. Yeah, this is better than just staring down at the piece of paper while I'm talking, and I can always flip it over. So that kind of worked. My key light's a little too close. So, Scrapfest. What I do at Scrapfest, because I do the Scraptoons, I can only really sell those at Scrapfest because the other stuff I do, because the Scraptoons are more of what I consider a mixed media piece, because I'm using old paper paint, ink, gesso, etc. So it's a lot of different things. Maybe because I'm drawing on top of the old paper, so that's why I consider that to be a mixed media, which is a category I don't want to try and compete to get into at other art festivals because is a very competitive category. Like that's why I stick to the drawing category of my found cartoons, because those aren't as many. There aren't as many people fighting for those spots, at least based on what I've seen in my years doing art festivals. I like honestly, like there's some art festivals where I'll be in the drawing category and I'll be one of 4 or 5 artists, if that. Whereas like the mixed media and the painting categories have like tens of, 10 plus, 20 plus people. So, so because I don't want to compete trying to get in the mixed media category with my Scraptoons, I don't take them to other shows. So I just do them at Scrapfest. So and also because this year I'm focusing just on my found cartoons. That is why I think this year's Scrapfest could be my last one, at least for a while, because I'm enjoying focusing just on my found cartoons. And while I like making the Scraptoons, they are a lot more work. They take longer. And I can only, at the moment, really sell them at one big show for sure. I mean, I could take them to like, some other things that aren't as restrictive, but I do enjoy I'm just promoting one thing at shows thing of focusing on my found cartoons. So, so I like that aspect. So this year's Scrapfest could be my last for a while, which is fine. And so I may, I did make some new ones as you saw, but I'm going to be, trying to clear out some old ones since, I won't really have a place to take them. I guess I'll take whatever I don't sell there. I'll take the art feast because art feast is a grab bag. They don't care about what you have. But as far as like Brighton and Funky Ferndale, I will not have Scraptoons there. Speaking of other upcoming shows and stuff, what I can and can't bring, something I'm going to experiment with soon. We'll probably debut at Art Feast are smaller blind box found cartoons. It's an idea I've had where I actually tried this at Pride. I sold a couple. They were older, full-size found cartoons, matted, but I just wrapped up a brown paper and called them mystery found cartoons and charged only $20 for them. People seem to like the idea of it. I did sell a couple. And so as a way to have like kind of a neat thing that might have a lower entry point for people who don't have $50 or more to spend on an original, I'm gonna try making smaller ones. They'll be like 4x6 instead of 5x7. They won't be matted, so they won't be matted. They won't have a big backer board. They won't. They'll be in a protective 4x6 sleeve or 4x6 sleeve, but that's it. So I'm going to have them in these envelopes I got. They're purple. They should arrive tomorrow. And what I think I'm going to try doing with them is they'll be small and simple, and they'll maybe have like a theme. So I'll say like this one, I'll just write on it like this is a cat, this one is a dog, this one is a bird or something like that. So at least to kind of give people a rough idea about what I'm doing for those and just see how it goes. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I have no idea what's going on with this double up of the chat on the left side of the screen, and hopefully I'll figure it out later. So, so that's where we're at. I'm going to try and debut my blind box found cartoons at Art Feast because they won't fit in at Scrapfest. So Scrapfest is this Friday and Saturday in Old Town. Please come by if you can. It'd be good to see people and to show off my Scraptoons. They're fun. I like making them, but I do enjoy focusing on my found cartoon stuff. Let's see. I'm just checking my notes. I think that's it. So we'll go flip the camera around here. That worked. Okay, good to know. I don't have just to talk to empty space anymore. Okay, let's just do some warm-up drawing here. Thank you. We're getting there, bit by bit. So let's make a visit at Emberley's Make a World here and just do some quick warm-up drawings before I do some other stuff. This Viking boat looks fun. Let's try that. Let's see how we look in here. Yeah, let's not be crooked. Okay. What I want to draw with. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna do this little Viking dragon boat exercise here, just as a quick warm-up. Let me do this. See, this book is great for when like I want to draw stuff, but I don't know what I want to draw. And you know, oops. Yeah, good enough. Give him a little horn things there. Got our mast there. Get a little closer. Hopefully the focus behaves. Okay. Then get a little eyeball. I like that specifically in the instructions, one of the shields gets a little cross. And now we do our sail. So here, this is a point of contention with a comic artist I follow, Lucy Bellwood, who's big into sailing, and it drives her nuts when she'll see, because she draws a lot of sailing ships, when she sees like masts like this where obviously the wind is going this way, but then the person has the flags on the boat going this way, so like the wind is going this way and filling up the sails, which means the flag should be going this way. And it's something I never thought of until I saw her explaining it on I don't know, Instagram or something years ago, and so it's always kind of stuck in my head to pay attention to that. So yeah, if the sail's getting filled in this direction, flag's got to go the same way. And I'm glad to see he has that here. So, fun. We could do like a, oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's do something else. Let's see here. I do like that Ed has a good sense of humor about some of this stuff, like his whale and shark. There's a lot of little jokes like that in this book, which I appreciate. Let's do some quick horses, because, you know, all artists hate drawing horses, but at least these are a little simple. It's weird. Why does it say? Okay. I got confused by it saying wagons, and this is not a wagon. But horses pull wagons, so I guess that's what he's getting at here. There's wagons on the other side. So then we do this. Oops. Where was I? Okay. If you've seen any of my landscape found cartoons, this is definitely close to how I'll do critters like that, like in the backgrounds and stuff. Like that's how I do a simple little horse type of thing. It's handy. I draw a lot of desert landscapes for someone who's never actually been in the desert. I guess that's not true. I did go to Hoover Dam once. So I have been through the desert. I've been to Las Vegas and stuff. Do a horse running. Rectangle. Triangle. Oops. Keep forgetting to do the head. Okay. So like I said, this is a great book for warming up, just doing stuff. Let's see what the prompt book holds for us today. Sorry, I was playing with my camera settings. Stop going out of focus. Yeesh. What the? Come on. Okay, I don't know what your deal is. Man. Ugh. Magic mirror. Okay. Ouch. Where am I? To break out the colored pencils, or the color pencils. Oops, that looks like a question mark. We don't want that. Yeah, so I'm sorry I missed last week's Sunday fun times, but as I said at the start, I got sick at Pride on Saturday. I did not have throwing up on the train tracks in Old Town on my bingo card for this year, but there you have it. So I was very wiped out on Sunday because of that. And I was prepared to do the show, but then as the day wore on, I just could not really get off the couch. So I would rather not do a show than do a, for lack of a better term, half-ass show where I don't really have the energy for it and my heart's not into it. So I would rather just not do it than not have fun doing it and make it feel like it's a chore or something, which is not why I do this. So here's my because if I'm not having fun, what's the point? I've already turned enough things into a business. I don't need to, well, I mean, let me rephrase that. I already do enough things that I have to do sometimes because they aren't fun. I don't need to pile onto that. So if I'm not having fun doing this, then I'll just take the night off or whatever. So if that makes sense. Let's try not to shake the camera as much. So I'm hoping to upgrade my computer situation sooner than later here if things play out the way I hope they will. Which I'm excited because that could mean doing more stuff with the live stream, doing more stuff with videos outside of the live stream or with stuff I record during the live stream. But what I really need to do is hopefully maybe upgrade this table or something to something that doesn't wobble so dang much. We'll see. But I'm excited about the possibility of being able to do more with video stuff. So came down to, it was deciding, do I want to get a PC that can stream and do gaming, or just get something that can help me do video live streaming and more video editing, etc., etc. So at this point, it's looking like the Mac Mini for me is going to be the way to go, because the video side of it is more important to me than the gaming side of it at this stage. And also, honestly, this is, gaming streaming isn't a main focus of what I'm doing, and I have other options I can do that with. I can still do it with my PlayStation. I could do it on my iPad. I can do it through my phone, which I may actually try at some point because I've been playing a lot of Balatro, and we'll see how that goes with live streaming. So yeah, so having a PC that could live stream me playing games isn't really a priority, because that's not my main focus, and doing art stuff is the main focus. And the Mac Mini situation will be the best for that, because I can do all the stuff I need to do, and gaming is secondary. And to get back to the not making hobbies into jobs sort of thing, as I was touching on earlier, gaming is how I unwind and relax. So I don't necessarily need to make that into something that is just me cranking out content. Now that doesn't mean I won't ever do some game streaming. I'm actually has some ideas for stuff I do want to do, but it's not the priority for me when it comes to picking out a new desktop, which I regardless desperately need, because my MacBook Pro that I have at home, which is a house cat now, it never leaves my office, dates back to 2012 ish. And then I have my Windows Surface that is the one I do take places to work on, stuff. That's not much younger. Like maybe 2015, something like that. 2014, I really don't remember. I do have an iPad I got a couple years ago, which mainly I just used for drawing on. But the other reason I'm going for the Mac Mini is I already have the iPad. My MacBook Pro is so old, like it just needs to put out the pasture. My Surface is probably on its last legs too. It's fine as a good. I just need to like update some website stuff. Beyond that, I don't really use it for anything else. It's practically like a Chromebook is how I use it. So if I get the Mac Mini, that'll also help me use my iPad more, because they can talk to each other and stuff, and so that's good as well. But yeah. Time we at here? Okay. And the other thing is to a person, my friends who have the new Mac Minis all love them, and all the reviews I've seen online have all been extremely positive. So, and to get down to brass tacks, I really hate Windows. So that's another reason. I've had Macs for years, going back to college. And really, I only have the Surface because at the time, iPads didn't have the Apple Pencil drawing capabilities they do now. I mean, I could have gotten something else too, but at the time, the Surface made the most sense for me when I got it. But now I have not drawn on my Surface in years since I got my iPad. So, which is fine, because the iPad is a million times better for that than my Surface ever was. Surface was fine, but I definitely had lots of problems with that thing over the years. is the 6 already. Yeesh. Where is my... There you are. So, there you go. Fairest in the land, you ain't even the fairest in the room. So, yeah, a little... Up next, pretzel. Oh, boy. See, my only problem with this book is... I mean, I didn't have to ink that, I guess. I could have done something else, but this paper is not the best, but... I think a higher quality paper for over 300 pages would definitely be a much more expensive book. But yeah, if you want to check this book out, you can. It's still available. You can get it. It's you know, it's fun. It's a good little keepsake. Where are we at here? Okay, I'm gonna work on this for a few minutes. I haven't worked on this for a while. Ooh, forgot this is on Bristol, so it's nice and smooth. Boy, this is going to be a fun one to ink. I can tell I was definitely using a different pencil up here. It's probably this one. My show notes here. Okay, I think I've... Just if you haven't, check out the Discord channel for everyone who hasn't caught it yet. Hang out there. I try to be pretty active on it, sharing things throughout the week and whatnot. Yeah, so please check it out if you can. And I'll be right back. Oh no, no, don't do that. Shane, stop this crazy thing. Here's a view of all the crap in my office. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Everyone's looking good. Hi. How you doing? Yep. I'm glad you're doing great. Sorry, just getting used to the new setup here. What should you get your dad for his birthday? That's a good question. If he's like my dad, he probably has a favorite food. So go find some princesses or other royalty and let them eat them. Or failing that, maybe just get him a gift card to somewhere. Cash is king. You think he needs more cats? Well, I definitely agree. No one can have too many cats because, I'm always hungry. Thank you for that, Roy. We appreciate your input and feedback and whatnot. I don't think I have enough room for any more cats, honestly. Maybe if we got rid of some pairs of shoes around here, we could have some for more cats. Anyway, the good news is, so I did go to the doctor about this stupid cough of mine, and he said he said I just got to ride it out. So it's a bronchitis thing, and I'm healing, and he said that can take weeks. So he checked me out. He said there wasn't really anything majorly wrong with me at this point, other than the obvious. Thank you. So I'm just gonna bear with me. It's gotten better. It's not as bad as it was even last week, where I could barely talk at length without coughing a bunch and taking, I've been living on Ricola cough drops up until like this past week. So that's good. So I just got to ride it out, and hopefully I won't be coughing all the time on live stream. It's still there. It's not as bad as it was, that's for sure. Because like a few weeks ago, I could barely get through this without having some sort of coughing fit. Sorry, just checking something. Stop it. So, it's too bright. I am too close to my light. So, yeah. I'm glad this quick turnaround works. That definitely makes it easier to just talk instead of talking to and showing just like a blank piece of paper or something. So Scrapfest this Friday, July 11th, and Saturday, July 12th. Friday hours are 5 to 8, 5 to 9. I already said it and I already forgot. I got it. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. 5 to 9. Okay, which is what I thought. 5 to 9 this Friday, and then 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. this coming Saturday. That's in Lansing's Old Town. You can go to scrapfest.com for more information and maps, etc. So the big thing with Scrapfest, which gives it its name, they let groups have time to build metal sculptures out of scrap metal, and the festival is debuting all those. So that's the main draw for Scrapfest, and it's fun. It's neat. There's always great stuff. And then Steph and I are what they call the eco artists who use repurposed materials. So that's what we're doing. We're not necessarily the main event at this, but not everyone can buy a 10-foot tall metal sculpture. So we're there to kind of fill that need. But yeah, I think that'll do it for tonight. Thanks for hanging out. I should be able to do next Sunday's live stream without a problem, because Scrapfest is just Friday, Saturday. I am hoping to make a visit to Capital City Comic-Con next Sunday in the afternoon or the morning or whatever, just to check it out and say hi to friends who are there. I'm not selling, but I will just go check it out and take some photos and maybe talk about it on stream that night. So thank you for watching. See you later. Be safe, have fun, and tell your cat I said hi. And thank you.